Okay. Good morning and welcome to ELA Focus Lesson. Today we are going to continue gathering information. Let's remember, what is the topic of our unit? Of unit number 2. What is the topic of our unit? What are we learning about in unit 2? Tracking. Amari.
Amari.
What are we learning about in unit 2? You can even look at my book to remind yourself. You can look at our chart, our bulletin board. What are we learning about in unit 2? Why don't you pick on a friend to help you remembering what are we learning about in unit 2? Tracking, Trinity.
Trinity. What I think we're learning about in unit 2 is what happened before slavery and during slavery.
What happened before slavery, which is what we learned last week. And now this week, what is happening during slavery? Slavery is our big main topic of unit 2. In this unit, we are reading nonfiction. We are reading
Nonfiction.
And as a reader of nonfiction, especially more sophisticated second grade level nonfiction text, we need to make sure that we are gathering information to build our
Schema. What I know.
It's building our schema of what we know connected to the topic. And one way we can do that is ask and answer questions. What?
Ask and answer questions. What?
When we ask and answer questions in our brain as good readers, we are able to gather information. And not just any information, because when we're reading about topics like this, there might be a lot of new information. But one thing that I want to give us feedback from yesterday is in order to gather the right information, we do this ask and answer questions connected to the topic. Connected to the
Topic.
What I want us to work on today is holding on to the topic. What are we working on today? We're gonna
Hold on to the topic.
We're going to hold on to the topic. Yesterday, when we were watching the Brain Pop video, I noticed that there was a scene where they were talking about slavery in another country. And when they showed that country, there were buildings, there were people that we were starting to make connections to our real life. Remembering, show that you agree if you remember when you saw a building that maybe looked like the Washington Monument. But pause and think. If you see those things and you notice it, is it important or does it make sense to focus on the buildings? Yes or no? What do you think? Raise your hand. Does it make sense to focus on the buildings if you know you're gathering information about the topic of slavery? Jose, what do you think? Tracking. Jose.
Jose.
No. So what? Listen to me. As I was watching that video, and I noticed that there were some things that I was making connections about in the real world, I stopped and I thought, does this connect to the topic? What did I stop and think?
Does this connect to the topic?
If I'm stopping and I'm thinking, does this connect to the topic? What am I learning about the topic here? I'm actually doing that really great work of holding on to the topic of doing what?
Holding on to the topic.
So today, as you read and you ask and answer questions, I want you to do what?
Holding on to the topic.
And you're going to hold on to the topic by doing what? You're going to stop and what? Raise your hand. You're going to stop and what, Tracy? Not stop and jot. Think again. Remember, notice what Miss Archer did when she was watching the video and she noticed the buildings. She stopped and what? Raise your hand. Lakaya? She stopped and thought. I stopped and I thought. What did I think about so I can hold on to the topic? What was the question I asked myself? What did I think about to hold on to the topic? Jose, what did I ask myself? Say it a little bit louder. Everyone's tracking Jose. Please mark a deduction with your president. I love that you're accepting feedback appropriately. Mark an addition. Track Jose. Jose, what did I think? What was my question? So I held on to the topic.
Is it connected to the topic's name?
Yes. Is it connected to the topic? So when you try to hold on to the topic as you read, you're going to ask yourself, is it connected to the topic? Prep up. I'm going to now pass out your text. And as I pass out your text, you're going to write your name and you're going to start reading silently, thinking, what exactly am I learning about slavery in this text today? Let me see which row looks the best. I was ready to get started.